All right, so you're really digging into network security, huh? And like exploring all the ways AI can kind of boost your intrusion detection game.
Yeah.
But you're also, smart. You're not just going to blindly trust some like black box. You want to know like why the AI is saying, hey, this is a threat.
Right.
So today let's unpack some really cool research on explainable AI or XAI.
Okay.
Specifically, we're looking at this paper titled A Comparative Analysis of DNN-Based White Box Explainable AI Methods in Network Security.
Right.
And it basically compares like different white box methods,
Hmm.
and they use data sets like NSLKDD and CICEDS 2017 and Rowan et al. 2021 to kind of see how these techniques actually, perform out there in the real world.
So what's exciting here is we're moving beyond just like knowing, did the AI catch the threat,
Mm-hmm.
to actually understanding how did it reach that conclusion? And that shift, I think, is really key for building trust in these increasingly complex systems.
Absolutely, because instead of having that frustrating alarm is blaring, but why
Yeah.
scenario,
Yeah.
we get an insight into the AI's reasoning.
Yeah. This research focuses specifically on white box methods, which basically open up the AI's decision process
Okay.
so we can actually understand the logic behind its actions.
Exactly. It's like getting a peek behind the curtain, right? So instead of just like a final verdict, we can see the evidence and the thought process.
Yeah.
The paper really digs into three powerful white box techniques: layer-wise relevance propagation, LRP,
Okay.
integrated gradients, IG, and deep lift.
Got it.
Each takes a slightly different approach to kind of revealing the AI's inner workings.
So let's start with LRP.
Sure.
What makes this method unique?
Well, think of LRP like a forensic investigation.
Okay.
It breaks down the AI's prediction like step by step,
Uh-huh.
and it traces back to which input features contributed the most to the final decision.
Interesting.
Let's say the AI flags a suspicious connection attempt.
Okay.
LRP could pinpoint whether it was the source IP address,
Right.
or specific ports being targeted,
Yeah.
or maybe even like an unusual volume of data transfer that actually triggered the alert. So it's giving us that detailed breakdown,
Yeah.
highlighting like the smoking gun, so to speak.
Exactly.
Okay, what about integrated gradients? How does that approach differ?
So IG helps us understand the recipe for the AI's decision.
Okay,
But instead of ingredients, we're talking input features.
got it.
It reveals the relative importance of each feature in the AI's, decision-making process.
So if the AI flags a potential intrusion,
Right.
IG might show us that the source IP was like the biggest factor, followed by the time of the connection and other relevant data points.
Right.
It's like ranking the evidence, so to speak.
Precisely. And then we have deep lift,
Okay.
which uses a totally different approach.
Right.
By comparing the AI's behavior on a specific input to like a baseline input.
Okay.
I'll give it like comparing a healthy EKG to one showing an irregular heartbeat.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Deep lift helps us spot those irregularities in the network traffic,
Uh-huh.
those deviations from the norm that cause the AI to raise a red flag.
Okay, so we've got these three white box methods, each with its own way of kind of pulling back the curtain on the AI's thought process.
Right.
But how did the researchers actually evaluate these methods?
Well, they use 6 key metrics to assess each method's performance.
Huh.
Descriptive accuracy, sparsity,
Okay.
stability, robustness, efficiency,
Makes sense.
and completeness.
So descriptive accuracy basically makes sure the explanations align with what the AI is actually doing. And then sparsity, I guess, focuses on conciseness.
Yeah.
Just highlighting the really important features.
Exactly. We want it to be like focused and clear.
Yeah, and stability ensures those explanations are consistent,
Yes.
even with minor data variations.
Right, because we need those explanations to be reliable and consistent.
What about the other metrics?
Robustness assesses how well the explanations hold up when dealing with noisy or manipulated data,
Okay,
which is a huge deal in real-world cybersecurity.
for sure.
Efficiency is about making sure the methods are actually practical
Right.
for like real-time security applications.
No. It can't be taking forever to come up with an explanation.
Right, we need it to work quickly.
And finally, completeness.
Yeah.
Make sure those explanations cover like the whole story without leaving out crucial details.
Yes, we don't want any gaps in the explanation.
They really put these methods through the ringer. What did they find? Which methods like really stood out?
The results were really compelling.
Yeah.
White box methods, especially LRP and deep lift, really excelled in robustness and completeness.
Interesting.
This means they provide reliable explanations even when faced with like complex data variations.
Right.
And they cover the entire decision-making process of the AI.
That's a significant step towards building trustworthy AI systems, especially in the critical field of network security.
For sure, and that's what
Right.
we want, right?
Absolutely.
It is exciting to see these white box methods demonstrating, such robust performance.
Yeah.
This research really highlights their potential to, change the whole landscape of network security.
Yeah, it feels like we're on the verge of a paradigm shift where AI isn't just like a silent guardian,
Right.
but an active collaborator,
Yeah.
providing clear insights into its reasoning.
Yeah.
And this could have like huge practical implications for security teams.
Absolutely. One of the most immediate benefits is more informed decision making.
Okay.
So security analysts can move beyond simply reacting to alerts.
Right.
They can delve into the why behind those alerts
Yeah.
and actually prioritize their response accordingly.
So instead of being bombarded with alerts and having to investigate each one kind of blindly,
Right.
they can focus on the most critical threats based on the explanations provided by the AI.
Exactly.
That sounds like a huge win for efficiency.
Huge. Imagine an XAI system flagging a connection attempt, not just as suspicious,
Right.
but providing specific details.
Mhm.
It might highlight unusual data transfer patterns to a known malicious server.
Okay.
So that gives the analysts so much more context for their investigation.
Yeah, it's like having an AI partner
Yeah.
working alongside the security team,
Oh,
offering evidence and a deeper understanding of potential threats.
exactly.
So what about proactive threat hunting?
Hmm.
Could these XAI techniques play a role there?
Oh, they absolutely could. Imagine being able to leverage AI not just for detecting, known threats,
Right.
but also for uncovering new attack patterns or vulnerabilities. By understanding how the AI identified anomalies in network traffic,
Right.
security teams could gain valuable insights into the tactics used by attackers.
It's like having an AI detective who
Uh-huh.
not only catches the culprit, but also explains their methods,
Exactly.
helping us stay one step ahead in the cybersecurity game.
Right.
But I'm curious about the issue of false positives.
Okay.
Traditional intrusion detection systems often struggle with that.
They do.
So how does XAI address that?
Well, that's a great point.
Yeah.
And it's one of the areas where explainable AI can really make a difference.
Okay.
By providing more context-aware alerts, XAI can help reduce the noise of false positives, allowing analysts to really focus their energy on genuine threats.
So that would be a significant relief for security teams who are often just overwhelmed by a constant barrage of alerts.
Right.
But shifting gears a bit, I think it's important to talk about the ethical considerations surrounding AI in security.
Yeah.
Transparency and accountability are crucial when we're dealing with systems that have the potential to impact people's lives.
I completely agree. Transparency isn't just about improving performance.
Right.
It's about ensuring responsible and ethical use of AI.
Yeah.
When these systems are making decisions that affect people's access to information,
Right.
their privacy, or even their physical safety,
Right.
we need to understand the reasoning behind those decisions.
Yeah, it's about building trust and ensuring fairness in how these systems are deployed.
Exactly.
Because if we can't understand why an AI made a certain decision,
Mhm.
how can we be sure that it's not biased or discriminatory in some way?
Right. And especially in network security, where AI might be used to block access to websites or flag individuals for suspicious behavior, or even trigger automated responses. The potential for misuse or unintended consequences is significant.
Yeah.
Explainable AI can help mitigate these risks by ensuring that transparency and accountability.
So it's not just a nice feature to have.
No.
It's like a fundamental requirement for responsible AI development and deployment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in sensitive areas like security.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about a societal shift as much as a technological one.
I think you're right. Explainable AI is about building a future where AI systems are not only powerful and effective,
Right.
but also trustworthy and aligned with our values.
Exactly.
And this research demonstrates like a concrete step towards realizing that vision.
I think so.
This has been a thought-provoking discussion.
Yeah, it has.
And we've covered a lot of ground regarding the potential of explainable AI for network security.
We have.
But like any emerging field, there are still challenges to overcome
Of course.
and questions to answer.
And those challenges are precisely what make this field so exciting and dynamic.
Right.
There's still so much to explore and discover.
Before we dive into those open questions, let's take a moment to gather our thoughts.
Okay.
We'll be right back to explore the next frontier of explainable AI. So we've talked about all this amazing potential of explainable AI, like revolutionizing network security.
Yeah.
But, like any emerging field, there are definitely challenges to overcome.
Right.
What are some of the open questions that researchers are still exploring?
Well, one key challenge is like ensuring the accuracy and reliability of the explanations themselves.
Okay.
Even with these white box methods providing these valuable insights,
Right.
we need to be absolutely certain those explanations accurately reflect the AI's process.
Right, because a flawed method
Yeah.
or like an incorrect application
Could
could lead to some pretty misleading interpretation.
That's sure.
So it's not enough to just have an explanation.
Right.
It has to be a good explanation.
No. Right? It has to be one that truly represents what's happening inside that AI.
Yeah.
And refining these XAI methods, validating their effectiveness,
Yeah.
ensuring they can handle the ever-evolving complexity of network traffic.
Right, because that's constantly changing.
Yeah, that's a critical area of ongoing research.
And it's worth noting that interpreting an explanation can be subjective, right?
It is.
What seems clear to one security analyst might be totally confusing to another.
Yeah, you're right.
So how do we address that?
Well, that's a crucial point.
Yeah.
The human element is absolutely essential.
Okay.
We need XAI methods that provide explanations that are tailored to the specific needs of the users.
Right.
Because a highly technical explanation might work great for a seasoned researcher,
Yeah.
but it might overwhelm someone who's less experienced.
So it's about making the AI explainable to the right people
Right.
in a way that makes sense for their role and expertise.
Exactly. It requires a deeper understanding of human-computer interaction
Uh-huh.
and how to present this complex information
Right.
in a way that is both accurate and understandable to like diverse audiences.
I've also heard some concerns about the potential for attackers to exploit these XAI systems. So if
Yeah.
they understand how the explanations are generated,
Right.
could they like manipulate the system to hide their activity or provide misleading information?
It's a valid concern for sure.
Yeah.
And it's definitely an area of active research.
Okay.
As XAI becomes more widely adopted, we can definitely anticipate attackers trying to exploit it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Developing resilient systems that can actually detect and mitigate manipulation attempts.
Right.
That's crucial.
So it's like this constant arms race.
It is.
As defenders develop these increasingly sophisticated XAI tools, attackers are going to try to find ways to counter them,
Right.
which just drives further innovation in the field.
Exactly. It really highlights the importance of a multifaceted approach to security,
Yeah,
where XAI is a valuable tool,
for sure.
but it's not the sole solution.
It's just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
Looking beyond network security, it seems like this whole push for transparency and accountability in AI has implications far beyond cybersecurity.
It does, absolutely.
Yeah.
The principles of explainable AI are relevant across any field where AI is making decisions that impact people's lives.
That's a lot of fields.
It is healthcare, finance, transportation.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
The need to understand and trust AI's decision-making process is universal.
It feels like we're at this pivotal moment in the development of AI,
I agree.
where we have this opportunity to shape its future
Yeah.
in a way that benefits all of humanity.
It's a powerful moment for sure.
And this growing focus on explainable AI is a really positive sign that we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive into the world of explainable AI.
It really has.
Is there like one key takeaway that you want listeners to really ponder as they kind of go forward from here?
Well, for me, it's remembering that explainable AI is as much a human challenge as a technical one.
It's about building trust between humans and AI, fostering collaboration, and ensuring responsible and ethical use.
That's a great point.
The real question is, how can we ensure that AI is developed and used to benefit everyone
Right.
while upholding our shared values?
That's such a great question, and one that I think we're all grappling with as we move forward.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of explainable AI.
It was my pleasure.
We hope you're inspired to learn more and advocate for AI systems that are both powerful and understandable.
Yes.
Until next time, stay curious.